I don't know about you, but I feel like middle school was the one time in my life where I was really pressured to be more like a grown up and less like a kid. Because I felt like that was the one time where I got a lot of pressure to be less like a kid and grow up and not be into what's considered kiddie things and all that stuff. But by the time I got to high school, it seemed like everybody got hit with that wave of nostalgia and wanted to be a kid again. So I don't know, it's weird, but then again, middle school was the place that got me interested in broadcasting and journalism, so there's that. But I'm not here to talk about my personal diary. I'm here to talk about Disney Plus's Diary of Wimpy Kid movie. Hey everybody, Blood Moon Bobby here, talking about Disney Plus's Diary of Wimpy Kid movie today. So for those who don't know about this franchise, Diary of Wimpy Kid follows the misadventures of these two boys, Greg and Rowley, and how they're struggling to adjust to middle school and all the antics that they get into. So let's talk about what I liked about this movie, because in all honesty, I do like this movie. So the first thing I think that caught a lot of people's attention about this film is the art style. I remember when the trailer came out, a lot of people said it looks really weird and kind of creepy. Personally, it was more of a kind of thing where it took me a second to get used to, because I do like the art style. I like how it took the the first book's art style, and adapted it for CG. I like how it looks. I believe one of my subscribers said it it's kind of like what they did with the Peanuts movie or Captain Underpants. So me personally, I like the art style, and I still relate to a lot of the characters, like especially, really related to Greg. And throughout this movie, I could really feel a lot of the social pressure he was going through in this movie, and that he's getting pushed around and he feel like he doesn't quite fit in and things like that. And I also related to how Rowley's inner child seemed to be still very much alive. So I thought the characters were relatable. I also like a lot of the antics in this movie. I like how they use Manny to get a lot of Halloween candy, and the scene on Snake Road where they're getting chased by these teenagers. And I also really like these scenes with the cheese touch. And I also like how they adapted some of the jokes in this movie. I don't know about you, but Greg's little brother Manny seems a lot more menacing in this movie, but he's still really funny. One of my favorite scenes, in fact, is there's a scene where he throws this meatball at Greg's shirt and it causes it to get dirtied up. And Manny says the iconic line, "I'm only three." The kind of thing where he's like, "You can't tell mom on me because I'm only 3 years old. I'm just a little kid," and that kind of stuff. So I like how some of the jokes were adapted into this film. I would say the biggest surprise for me going into this movie is that this movie is not a beat for beat adaptation of the book. If anything, even I recognize that some of my favorite scenes from the book are not in this movie. In fact, some of the scenes I've mentioned before that were my favorites from the book are not in this movie. So the scene where Manny accidentally swallows the thread and he exaggerates about it, not in this movie. The scene where Greg is listening to really loud music and his dad catches him, not in this movie. The scene with the school play, there's a reference, but it's not really in this movie. Basically, they took several highlights from the book, like getting ready for the first day of school, to that first day, Halloween, Rowley getting his arm broken, the Zooey Mama comic, the sleepover with Fregley, and the final cheese touch string, and they strung those highlights together into a plot to make a flowing movie. I would say that's probably my biggest problem with the movie, personally, where where I felt that it could have used a few more laughs, maybe even some of my personal favorite scenes from the book. But at the same time, I acknowledge that they basically like took those these scenes that they did in order to try to make a flowing plot that would flow better as a movie. So would I say that this is an adaptation that contains the majority of scenes from the book, no, because even I recognize that some of my favorite scenes were not in this movie. But from what they did as a movie, I personally thought that the Disney Plus Diary of Wimpy Kid was a decent film. I liked what they were able to do with what they had. So yeah, so overall, I thought that Disney Plus's Diary of Wimpy Kid was actually pretty good. But let me know your thoughts down below. Don't just take my opinion as Bible. I want to hear from you. What do you personally think of this movie? Do you think it was good? Do you think the movie missed your favorite scenes? Leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.